Come in for a scry today. Let's see what the ink says. Hello, my name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support or a little inspiration today. We're actually going to scry some ink blots that have been or will be shorts. And we are going to scry for shapes and symbols that may speak to our psyche and psychic senses. We'll add on some tarot and oracle in the shaman's palm layout. And where Mr. Ghosty here is, as you've heard, we have Ghost Tube kicking for any audio additions from the afterlife that may further add to our abstract and ancient auric adventures. Overall, please do receive or release freely. If you are new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home. I'm so grateful for your time, attention, and awareness, as your presence and perspective is powerful. When you're ready, let's go. All right, so I'm going to just drop these out in directions, and we're just going to kind of create like a vision board, see what stands out and speaks. You know the drill as well. Please feel well to see, sense, and feel for yourself. Drop down in the comment section, as your expressions do help expand the iScry experience. Drop an emoji, give it a heart. Any interactions is appreciated. Something's about business. I'm seeing a briefcase, and it's like I'm seeing an x-ray of things in a briefcase. If a briefcase means anything to you, or business in general, I can't help but seeing what's going on in the briefcase. It, like almost like I'm at an airport, and there's those people that can, the x-ray people. It's like I'm looking face down at that. Somebody might be traveling. You might be a traveling person. Oy vey, my mind's already like, woo-woo. Let's go. We're going to go in deeper, though. There's a thinking. I've got like, This could be for some, quite specifically, if you're here with me, I am visiting somebody in my sleep state, in my subconscious state that's closer to the spiritual realm, natural state of communication. I'm also hearing like, don't say something like lips. I don't know if that's a secret, if there's a secret in the briefcase, like Pulp Fiction, when they open the briefcase and there's a shine, but yet nobody really knows what's there. This could be in relation to your business, something that you're going to, or something that is none of yours or somebody else's business. None of yours. Something along that lines.
Bedroom.
Because there's a head here talking, but it's to the back of this head. It's like talking to the back of one's head. And again, this kind of has this feel like I'm going back and forth.
Why are you here?
In this. It's like, is this something I'm not saying? Don't say it, keeping it quiet, which has its place. Or what's the intentions, right? So there's an intention behind that, I guess, would be for oneself if I was to wander in there. Okay, why am I not saying? Maybe it's not ready, maybe I'm still building, or whatever the case is. And then there's this, maybe you're getting the sensation of someone's not revealing something to you. I guess it depends on the context of that relationship. But I also feel like for somebody specifically here, at least anyway, you've got your back turned to them and they're trying to connect with you in like the astral of swords or whatever the case is. Like they want to get a hold of you. They want your attention. Turn around. And I feel like because when you do turn and talk to them, maybe in the physical realm, and or you just feel like you can't say things or things get warped. I don't know what it is. It's a weird sensation, but hopefully you can place in whatever context if that message has any meaning for you. And if not, thank you for holding space for others to receive it. I want to come on over here because there is this lovely, lovely feeling of, imagine if like a bumblebee was losing weight. That's what I want to say. And not into any judgment or human concept of what's better or worse, right? Again, there's so many contexts and conditions where gaining weight, losing weight, whatever that might mean. But there's a fox head here. And it's almost like this, it's a queen bee. So apply how that might mean to you. And it's like cinching of the waist.
She won't leave.
And there's something about the waistline. Okay, so when I wander into that rabbit hole, it's almost as if, how do I say, it's like a border from the lower chakras or the earthly chakras up to the heart space, throat, like to the higher chakras. Someone or something does not or no longer has access there. But fundamentally, it is understood, or what their teaching presence was, right? So the lesson learned type thing. I also got a note from that business standpoint. Business, baby, business. There's something in the creative spaces, root, sacral, solar plexus, and maybe that's why it's not being revealed yet or expressed and radiating out, because it's still in formulating. So one feels more foundational and one feels more formulating. Okay, that feels good when I kind of... Oh, we are so listening to you. We're so here. If you haven't noticed, I've got GhostTube on dynamic mode, so it can be a little, the call is coming from inside the house. But it's fun. If it's harder to understand, I apologize. And coming down into the green scroll is healing. Oh, look it. And there she is. This scroll, it is a short. I believe it's out already. If you check out the shorts on the short tab of the channel, is Legend. This is Grace, coming out Saturday. This is all in. This is not a short. What was that one? I think it was just an open message. Yeah, I think it was just an open message. Okay. All in, Legend, Grace, healing. I said we were going to go in the shaman's palm. Well, you know. Lies. We are so listening to you. I'm seeing that this little yellow bird from Snoopy has come up so many times, and I can never remember the name, but you guys always do. So please feel well. Please feel well to say it. Dreams. Oh, there's somebody coming through here. Outside in, I just heard. Outside in. Something about the sacral chakra. They could be a guide or an angel trying to come through to help confidences. And see, and that kind of brings me into confidences. Who are your confidants? Who can you confide in?
Dangerous.
There is this cautious air because I feel like there's someone or something. Of course, it could always be within the self, conscious, subconscious, yada, yada, yadas. But for a moment, I just want to acknowledge that somebody wants to have my confidence is how I'm feeling. I'm going to plop in. You do what you receive or release. But I don't know that because I come to that cinching again. It's like, but you don't have access there anymore. Some sort of intention has been revealed. And it might be in regards to your business, your talent. Excuse me. But you know, when there's the few that have your confidence, you can express things freely. And they're not taken or rearranged. I'm not talking about necessarily giving criticisms from people that you respect, collaborations, conversations. Yeah. Like those, again, it comes down to some sort of intention. But I don't know. An intention is a word kind of thrown out a whole lot nowadays. No, I don't want that deck anymore. Thank you. All right, let's keep going. If I didn't say so already, thank you for sharing, and subscribing, and for being here. All the links are below to help a gal grow. If you head to iscry.ca, you can check out services. And oh my goodness, thank you for all of you who have become influencers and submit muses. So I'm going to be going through them. It's going to stay up there so you can revisit it and all that kind of good stuff. However, like so excited for some adventures coming up, and how we go about it I think might be very spontaneous, so it'll be fun as well. If you want to request a personal, all that kind of good stuff, icecry.ca, and then hit up services or shop, whatever feels good. Okay, let's go. Gotta plug that business. Open the briefcase of gold. What do we have here? We have the Three of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. See, this, you know me, I'm going to read art first, is like somebody's trying to hold on to my heart. But it's almost like access to the heart space. This could be like the three. Okay, how do I want to land into there? Okay, these are archetypal energies. The mad scientist, maybe my structure, heartburn, heart aches, whatever the case is. And this is kind of like my solar spirit form. They work together to create perfection. There's also something about the past, present, and future, that trifecta. How do I want to go farther? Something about the bumblebee again. The bumblebee's turning into a fly. There's a union up here. There's a union. There's also a very large triangle base. Oh my God, it sounds so creepy. Do not. A triangle base. I feel like that. The Seven of Pentacles. If any of the art is stepping through. Look upon my work. See? Look upon my work. There's a big eye in here as well. And maybe that is the soul or the spirit, or however you land in the language, oversoul, etc., looking at your human vessel, carrying out the work of the soul.
He told me.
Where's the... There's something about the audience. That fox is now sorry, I'm shaking it. The fox is turning into a bat. Oh, that's a high-pitched noise. Again, with the hearing. This came up recently. Anyway, so maybe it was sonar sight, but now it's hearing. I'm hearing. There's also a tick in here. A tick. See, there's something around this energy. I got to place myself in it. It's uncomfortable sometimes, but I got to place myself in it. It's like trying to burrow. And even with the green of Lyme, like Lyme disease. Now, maybe somebody has Lyme disease or you're familiar with that. I also want to note that Lyme it's something I use anyway. So maybe it's coming up, so I'll share it. Like cutting up a lime and putting it in certain areas of my house to help cleanse and protect. That's one thing I have. I'm a salt gal. I do smudge, but salt just is my jam. It works. And lime, lemons and lime, but specifically lime anyway in this case. And I'll like cut it up and put it in certain places of the studio and my home. You know, it just kind of gives it that little cleansy cleanse. There's two people listening here and they're like that. Like, tell me more. Tell me more. Just tell me more. But this feels earnest. They look like St. Bernard dogs, I believe they're called. So it feels very, like when they were the dogs, I believe that would bring like the medicine. So it feels very heart healing. Oh, heart healing. Yeah, I just put that together. Can you tell me more about the healing? Okay, thanks. We have here the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. I hear you. Are you okay, Hulu? Hulu. The power in your hand. Doesn't mean to say necessarily that you work with your hands, but you may. Hold on. I'm just going to check on him because he's crying. One moment. Okay, sorry. I had to help Mr. Hulu out. Mr. Hubert. Power is in your hand of manifesting your goals. And this is also bringing me into the natural ebb and flow of peaks and valleys of power. And I want to turn it almost like a sundial or elemental energy requirements, like click fire, click water, click air. Do you know what I'm saying? And then this one's bringing me into Arya from Game of Thrones, when she learns how to... Oh, if you buy me a coffee, thank you. Do her sword thing with needle. And... Okay, and then she goes to... I'm sorry, it's not that point. It's bringing me closer. When she's working with... when she's working with that guy of a man of a million faces or something like that. And there's a point where she has to like walk around. She can't see. And she has to navigate. I feel like that symbolically might mean something to somebody. Sorry if I butchered it, but it did come through. Inevitably, it fell out of my face. So it's like having to feel around. Maybe you are also an energy worker. Maybe you do something with your hands. Or here it is, through the heart space, that for one reason or another is in a healing state, or an element like that tap of the heart or high heart. But I'm going to stay in the human heart for a moment because it feels like a human experience of the heart space. And while maybe say fire is healing or water, and it turns that tap, and it's like closing my eyes and allowing like that sonar sound of the bat, of the ears to hear. Hopefully that made sense. I don't know. Okay. We'll add on one more card over here.
How did you get here?
That person sounded drunk. Or at least that expression sounded drunk. With grace and this... they're almost looking like cherubs now from that yellow bird. For heavens and hot dogs, I wish I could remember, but there's also fish in there, goldfishes. The world dreams, and there's that eye. So it's going from having no sight, or purposefully closing the eyes and using other senses to feel around for something. And then I come back to like this oversoul or spirit space. Something has ended. The world might mean something to you, but there's a connection that has ended or is now... I'm going to use the term suppressed, right, from that lower chakras to the higher chakras. And it's almost like I'm slowly severing it or something along that lines. Again, not looking at each other. However, I also want to note, I'm looking at the beginning of some sort of business, getting to business. Like, this is giving me real bait vibes. Did I share that it's from the heart, that it comes out of the hand? But then the pentagram up here on his third. Some of you might have a psychic sense or something along that lines that feels like it's kind of gone or changed. And that might be why this angelic energy, anyway, the spirit's coming in from the outside in. Condolences if your partner has passed and they are in the afterlife. They could be that presence, that angelic presence, trying to help and keeping an eye on you. And they do very much so visit your dreams. And last but not least, here we have the Four of Cups. Before I head over to the extended, if you're joining us, to flip it. See, there it is again. This one has a little spookier side to it. This feels all with this other outside in. It feels more like an angel coming in, a guide or a new guide, something along that lines. Give me a moment. Do you see him in there? Oh, look, and there's others. I kind of like this. See, but there's a debate. Very business thinking. It's almost like in that subconscious dream state, right? Like, and they're coming to fill cups. Okay, so this is how I'm going to leave this. Hilarious that on the bottom is the Knight of Wands, but with the imagery. What is it? Honey, I'm home. No, it's not that. I can't remember. Anyway. Okay. This is how I feel in this situation. You do you and keep taking care of business, because your business, whatever that is, and what is your business? Everybody is not your business, and maybe it's not of your business. So you can stay focused in your directions and don't feel bad about that. You know, respectfully and responsibly of the positions you're in your connections. Partners, children, jobs, etc. Those are your responsibilities to fill and fulfill. But when there's this, it's like this personal time, or how do they say, like in the spy time, there's your public life, private life, and then there's another one, like even more private, or public, personal, and then private life. And it's like cutting somebody off, it kind of makes them go like crazy. A little bit, because they're just trying to like axe down your boundary. But that very essence and proves they are like the tick. It's like that proves that some sort of intention wasn't aligned. So it's like, okay. I also want to know, maybe you're building really good, better boundaries, and that might be pissing somebody off. Could be an emperor. The emperor just came up. And interestingly enough, the empress is right behind it. You also might be a power couple with your partner. Power couple. This is that business. It's like a mullet. Business in the front, party in the back. There's a lot of balance here. But maybe there's just lots of other... No. Be very proud of the work that you've done and accomplished up until this point and where you're going. Greetings. Hello. And then on the flip side, somebody's shadow, you know, in the whole proverbial, the shadow work, this work. Fill your shadow too, you know. It's already integrated. It's already integrated. And let us not ignore our own inquiries so that we aren't the ones that drives ourselves insane. But in this movie, Stephen King movie, is he not at the effect of something else? And you might be noticing that. Other people or somebody specific, I don't know. It's not my business to try and determine, but I can just do my best to share how I'm feeling.
Blessed.
I am feeling blessed, so thank you, Temperance Angel. To figure out why. All I know, or I can trust, is that that's not where I align. And that's okay, without having to diminish it or poo-poo it or insult it. Just no thanks. No thanks. Okay, I'm going to flip this. I'm going to see you on the other side. And if not, that's okay too. I will see you again soon. So much love. All the links are below. Love you so much.